In the bustling town square, young Xavier stands alone, a figure of awkwardness amidst the crowd. Laughter erupts around him as townspeople point, their cruel amusement directed squarely at Xavier. Mocking words fill the air, each syllable a stinging blow to Xavier's fragile resolve. He tries to block out the jeers, a mask of forced indifference hiding the pain in his eyes. Xavier sits alone in the dim light of his room, shadows dancing on the walls, an introspective aura surrounding him. His gaze is fixed on his reflection, a silent battle waged in the depths of his eyes. His brow furrows in intense concentration, a visible strain marking his features. Xavier clenches his fists, knuckles white, a silent wish-building within him. Doubt clouds his face, a visible struggle between belief and uncertainty. He seeks to prove his hidden abilities, a destiny yet to be realized. Xavier races through the dense forest, his breath catching in his chest, desperate to outrun his tormentors. Sunlight filters through the canopy as he pushes deeper, the trees blurring into streaks of green and brown. A gnarled root appears from nowhere, sending him sprawling. His body hits the rough forest floor hard. A sharp sting blooms on his knees as they scrape against the unforgiving earth. Tears blur his vision, mixing with the dirt and leaves clinging to his face. Alone in the silent woods, Xavier succumbs to despair. The weight of his pain becomes unbearable. Xavier lies pale in the sterile hospital bed, his weakness a stark testament to his inner turmoil. The doctor's face is etched with concern as he examines Xavier, his touch gentle yet probing. Sunlight streams through the window, casting a somber shadow over Xavier's frail form. The air hangs heavy with unspoken worries as the doctor continues his examination. Each breath Xavier takes seems a struggle, a silent battle against the relentless grip of stress. Xavier stands alone on the dark highway's edge, his silhouette framed by the fleeting headlights. He sticks out his thumb, a silent, desperate call for escape into the night. His eyes search the road, yearning for a sign, a beacon in the darkness. The wind howls around him, whispering tales of rain and the unknown. A solitary figure seeking a new direction, a place to finally belong. Swirling mist guards the entrance to a hidden valley, ancient rocks etched with indecipherable symbols. Xavier stumbles upon the valley, its secrets veiled in an ethereal embrace. A palpable pull emanates from the valley floor, drawing Xavier deeper into its mystery. The air crackles with unseen energy, an undeniable connection forging between Xavier and this place. Weathered rocks stand sentinel, their ancient symbols hinting at forgotten lore and untold stories. Xavier hesitates, sensing the valley's power, a crossroads of destiny and ancient secrets. Xavier enters the ancient temple, shadows dancing across weathered stone, anticipation hanging in the dust-filled air. Ornate figures turn, their faces illuminated with awe and reverence as they behold the prince's return. A ripple of hushed excitement courses through the assembled crowd, a symphony of whispered anticipation. Faces radiate devotion as Xavier steps further into the hallowed space, his presence commanding attention. "Welcome, Prince Xavier. You have returned," the temple elder booms, his voice echoing in the sacred chamber. Xavier sits heavily on the ornate throne, the crown's weight a crushing burden under the sunlit arched windows. Dust motes dance in the radiant beams, illuminating the vast throne room. A mixture of awe and trepidation washes over Xavier as he surveys his kingdom. The distant cheers echo, a constant reminder of his sudden rise and the sacrifices made. Celebrated and respected, Xavier is finally accepted, but the heavy silence prompts a haunting question: at what cost? Xavier sits in the hushed library, lost in the labyrinth of ancient texts and forgotten lore. The soft glow of the lamp illuminates his intense concentration as he deciphers arcane symbols. Understanding dawns, a flicker of revelation in his eyes as he unlocks secrets of his lineage. A sense of awe washes over him, realizing the superhuman abilities dormant within. Sweat glistens on Xavier's brow as he faces skilled warriors, each move precise in the vast training ground. Channeling inner strength, a faint aura envelops his hands, a sign of power surging within him. A warrior cries out, clutching his arm. Xavier senses a new ability, healing through energy. Xavier's hand glows, extending towards the injured warrior, his grimace easing with hope. In the council chamber, shadows flicker on the walls as Xavier observes the ornate table under dim candlelight. Unease settles in Xavier's stomach, mirroring the dancing shadows. Council members' faces are illuminated, each holding secrets. The air grows heavy as the council unveils decades of manipulation. Personal gain, the motive behind their subtle control, is revealed. Xavier shifts, a knot forming as he faces the bitter truth. Flickering torches cast eerie shadows across the dungeon's damp stone, revealing a scene of utter despair. The air hangs heavy with the stench of mildew, a palpable blanket of misery clinging to every corner. Xavier moves with dread between the rows of cells, his face a canvas of growing horror and disbelief. Ragged prisoners huddle in the darkness, their hollow eyes reflecting the dim light, devoid of hope. He reaches out, his fingers tracing the cold iron bars, a tangible connection to the suffering within. Xavier's world shatters, revealing a foundation built on lies, stark and unforgiving in the dungeon's gloom. Sunlight illuminates dust in opulent chambers. Xavier stands, hurt etched on his face, betrayal hanging heavy in the air. Lyra paces, regal in fury, eyes blazing with cold fire, the room thick with unspoken accusations and simmering rage. Xavier's hands clench, faint blue energy flickering, revealing the depth of his suppressed power and inner turmoil. "Did you really think you could waltz in here and take what's rightfully mine?" Lyra's voice cuts through the tension. On the scarred battlefield, Xavier leads his forces towards the clash, a figure of determination against the smoke. Lyra's army stands firm, a wall of defiance awaiting Xavier's charge amidst the chaos of war. Explosions tear through the earth, and energy blasts light up the sky. The air crackles with raw power. The battle begins, a maelstrom of steel and energy, as two armies collide with unyielding fury. Dim light paints long shadows as Xavier bursts into the cluttered room, finding Elias slumped against the wall. Elias's breath comes in ragged gasps, blood staining his robes, a stark testament to a hidden battle. Weakly, Elias beckons Xavier closer, his eyes holding a weight of untold secrets and impending doom. "Xavier, it's time you knew the truth," he whispers, his voice strained with the effort. "Your origins, they aren't what you believe," Elias reveals, his words hanging heavy in the dim air. "Remember, trust no one," Elias gasps, his voice fading into the shadows, leaving Xavier in turmoil. Xavier stands silhouetted against the sky, wind tearing at his cloak, a lone figure on the jagged cliff's edge. Below, a sprawling battlefield unfolds, a chaotic vista of smoke and carnage stretching to the horizon. His gaze sweeps across the fallen, faces frozen in silent screams, the weight of loss etched on his face. Revenge whispers in his ear, a dark, tempting promise of retribution for the devastation below. But forgiveness beckons, a harder path towards peace, a glimmer of hope against the backdrop of despair. Sunlight floods the throne room as Xavier addresses his people, his figure framed by the towering windows. His voice echoes with conviction, each word carrying the weight of his vision for a unified future. "We stand at a crossroads," Xavier proclaims, his open hands inviting his people to join him. "Let us cast aside our differences," he urges, his gaze sweeping across the assembled crowd. "Let us embrace empathy," Xavier passionately declares, his words resonating with hope and determination. "Together, we can create a world where justice prevails," he concludes, his voice filled with promise. Years later, Xavier stands on Earth, his gaze sweeping across the horizon with newfound authority. The world stretches before him, a canvas of possibilities under the bright, hopeful sun. Gone is the ridiculed boy. In his place stands a confident leader, ready to shape destiny. A subtle smile plays on his lips, reflecting the weight of knowledge and the promise of tomorrow. Xavier enters CATCH headquarters, a hub of high-tech activity. Teenagers dash around, their faces etched with anticipation. The air buzzes with nervous energy, a prelude to battle. Xavier observes the scene, his expression calm and assessing. "I am here to offer my guidance and support," Xavier declares. His words cut through the tension, a beacon of resolve. Sunlight floods the training room as Xavier guides the CATCH teens, ready to summon divine armor. Nascent energy crackles, their faces etched with determination and uncertainty as they focus intently. Xavier gestures, urging them to wield their faith not as a mere shield, but as a potent weapon. The air thrums with anticipation as they prepare to unleash their spiritual might. Neon lights bleed across rain-slicked streets, as rival gangs ignite a furious battle. Amidst overturned cars and shattered glass, the city pulsates with raw, untamed energy. Hawk, a figure of shadow and malice, leads the charge, his presence fueling the chaos. Streetlights flicker and die, casting long, ominous shadows as the conflict escalates. Bathed in soft, stained glass light, the CATCH teenagers gather in the solemn church, their faces etched with worry. Heads bowed and hands clasped tight, they seek solace in prayer, their hopes whispered in the sacred silence. Xavier stands resolute among them, a beacon of calm in the gathering storm. His reassuring presence offers a fragile shield against the unknown. "Remember the power of your faith," Xavier says, his voice echoing in the sacred space. "It is our shield and our sword." Under the relentless desert sun, the CATCH teens confront the monstrous Leviathan, a legend come to life. Dust devils dance as they activate the armor of God, shimmering light radiating to meet the ancient evil. The light strikes, and the Leviathan visibly weakens, its immense power challenged by divine force. A defiant roar tears through the desert, the sand trembling beneath the Leviathan's rage and the teens' resolve. Teenagers move through the dimly lit underground lab, shadows dance on the metallic walls. They reach the central chamber, monitors displaying schematics and alien symbols. A massive containment unit hums ominously in the center of the room, a silent threat. They discover Hawk's insidious plans to unleash wormwood. Narration echoes, a chilling revelation. Against the backdrop of towering mountains, the CATCH team stands firm. Before them looms the behemoth, a legendary titan of unparalleled might. Xavier's brow furrows with intense focus, the weight of responsibility heavy on his young shoulders. Energy crackles around him as he weaves a shimmering shield of protection. The ethereal barrier rises, a beacon of hope against the impending danger, a desperate stand against a creature of myth, their courage tested in this epic confrontation. Inside the virtual reality simulator, CATCH teens move with uncanny precision, bodies alive in the digital world. The air vibrates with digital projections, each scenario designed to challenge their limits. They hone their skills, preparing for the inevitable showdown with Hawk. Each movement, each decision, sharpens them into weapons of precision and strategy. The virtual world becomes their training ground, their minds forging unbreakable bonds. Under the moon's gaze, the battle unfolds amidst city ruins, dust swirling with each earth-shattering blow. Eerie shadows stretch across the desolate cityscape, silent skyscrapers watching the destructive clash. The CATCH teenagers face Hawk, their silhouettes stark against the ruined skyline. Debris dances in the air, each impact sending tremors through the shattered ground. The night amplifies the desolation, turning the ruins into a stage for a desperate fight. Under the cloak of night, the CATCH teens approach Hawk's towering skyscraper headquarters, a fortress of steel and glass. Silently, they scale the first wall, their movements precise and practiced against the cold, unyielding surface. Inside, shadows dance in the dimly lit corridors, each step measured as they navigate the labyrinthine halls. A glint of metal, a laser grid, quick reflexes are needed to evade the piercing beams. They bypass security cameras with ease, their faces grim, determination etched in their young eyes. Deep within the heart of Hawk's headquarters, they stand ready, the final confrontation imminent. The control room pulses with light as the CATCH team fights against time, their faces illuminated by the screens. Fingers fly across keyboards, a symphony of clicks echoing in the tense atmosphere as they work to break Hawk's control. Lines of code cascade down the monitors, each keystroke a step closer to averting disaster, hope flickering in their eyes. The team's focused energy intensifies, a united front against the looming threat of wormwood. A triumphant surge as Hawk's systems fall, victory sparking in their weary faces. Relief washes over them, the weight of the world momentarily lifted as they celebrate their hard-won success. In the echoing throne room, Xavier faces Hawk, the cold grandeur a stark reminder of Hawk's hidden world. Xavier's voice, calm and measured, cuts through the heavy silence as he attempts to reason with the unyielding Hawk. Hawk stands unyielding, his eyes burning with an intense, palpable hatred that fills the vast chamber. Tension fills the air as Xavier attempts to bridge the gap between them, his words hanging in the balance. High above, on the skyscraper rooftop, Xavier and Hawk stand silhouetted against the glittering cityscape below. The wind howls, a fierce, unforgiving sound that mirrors the tension between them. Distant city lights twinkle, oblivious to the drama unfolding on the edge. Xavier and Hawk face each other, their expressions unreadable in the dim light. The air crackles with unspoken challenges, a silent prelude to the impending showdown. In the sterile hospital room, a wounded CATCH member lies pale, ensnared by wires. Xavier stands vigil, his brow furrowed, a beacon of hope in the sterile setting. Golden light spills from Xavier's hands, enveloping the injured man in warmth. Monitors beep, a rhythm of life responding to Xavier's healing touch. Xavier's healing power mends the injuries. Sunlight streams through the forest canopy, illuminating CATCH members in diligent training. Xavier observes with calm authority, his presence a steadying force amidst the activity. He gestures, offering corrections and encouragement, sculpting potential with careful words. Each trainee absorbs Xavier's guidance, their determination echoing in the rustling leaves. Inside CATCH headquarters, a festive mood fills the air as teenagers celebrate their hard-won victory. Empty pizza boxes and scattered soda cans bear witness to the joyous celebration. Xavier stands slightly apart, his expression thoughtful amidst the revelry. A moment of reflection etches across Xavier's face, hinting at the battles yet to come. "Remember, the fight for justice is never truly over," Xavier says, his words carrying weight. From space, Xavier gazes upon Earth, a beacon of hope shining in his eyes. His face is etched with resolve, knowing young heroes stand guard. The vibrant blue planet swirls beneath him, a world worth saving. He reflects on the CATCH teenagers, Earth's steadfast protectors. A silent promise echoes in the vastness. The future is in good hands. Xavier walks through the stone corridors, his footsteps echoing through the silent temple. Sunlight streams through high windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air around Xavier. He pauses, gazing at the intricate carvings on the temple walls, each telling tales of the past. A faint smile touches his lips as he reflects on his arduous journey to reach here. His mind replays the trials he has overcome and the profound transformation he has undergone. He thinks, "I've come full circle from a ridiculed boy to a respected leader." Sunlight filters through the leaves, illuminating Xavier in the hidden valley. He stands, bathed in the warmth, a nostalgic smile playing on his lips. Memories flood back, reminding him of the day he unlocked his potential. Gratitude washes over him for the journey and the chances he's embraced. In the heart of the library, Xavier is dwarfed by shelves of ancient texts, each promising untold secrets. The desk lamp casts a pool of light, guiding Xavier through the labyrinth of aged pages. His brow furrowed, he pores over arcane symbols, driven by a deep-seated need to decipher the mystery of his past. Each page turned echoes in the silent chamber, amplifying the weight of his quest. Determination burns in his eyes as he seeks to understand the true nature of his extraordinary powers. The library holds its breath, awaiting the moment Xavier unlocks the secrets hidden within its walls. Bathed in sunlight on a mountaintop, Xavier stands, eyes closed, a picture of serene stillness. A gentle breeze whispers through his hair, carrying the scent of pine and the promise of the open sky. He is a solitary figure, absorbing the Earth's ancient energy, a conduit between the world and himself. Peace radiates from him, a palpable aura of purpose and quiet strength. The world fades as Xavier finds clarity in the silence, a moment of perfect equilibrium. Sunlight floods the training grounds, dust motes swirling as seasoned warrior Xavier observes the new recruits. Xavier's eyes, filled with wisdom and weariness, reflect years of battles fought and lessons learned. He moves with economical precision, his gestures a masterclass in combat strategy and efficiency. Each movement is a lesson etched in the air, a silent testament to his profound experience. Amidst the vibrant city park, Xavier observes the tapestry of daily life with a thoughtful gaze. Children's laughter echoes as they playfully chase pigeons, their joy unrestrained. Couples stroll hand in hand, their bond a quiet promise against the bustling backdrop. Beneath ancient trees, Elderly folks engage in chess, their minds sharp and calculating. A gentle breeze carries the scent of freshly cut grass, a subtle reminder of nature's peace. Xavier is reminded of the profound importance of protecting their freedom and safety. Sunlight fills the classroom as Xavier stands before eager students, his smile radiating warmth and encouragement. He shares his story with passion, his animated gestures captivating the young minds before him. The students listen intently, their eyes wide with admiration, inspired by Xavier's every word. "Believe in yourselves," Xavier urges, his voice full of conviction. "Never give up on your dreams." Under the bright, stark sun, Xavier strides toward the hospital, shadows stretching long behind him. Compassion etched on his face, Xavier approaches the patients, a beacon of hope in their weary eyes. With a gentle touch, Xavier places his hand on a patient's shoulder, offering silent solace. Relief washes over the patient as Xavier's gift eases their pain, a quiet miracle unfolding. Inside the shelter, rows of cots fill the echoing room, a haven amidst the city's cold indifference. Xavier, his eyes kind, ladles stew, steam briefly illuminating his weary face in the dim light. The air hangs heavy with disinfectant and unwashed clothes, a stark reminder of lives upended. He offers the bowl to a gaunt man, a silent exchange of gratitude in the shelter's quiet hum. Xavier moves with practiced grace, his dedication a beacon of hope in the shelter's dim corners. Against the prison's cold stone, Xavier stands resolute, a beacon of hope at the imposing gates. His face is etched with determination, a firm believer in second chances and the power of redemption. He is here to offer guidance, support to the inmates yearning for a path back to the light. The prison looms, a symbol of past mistakes, but Xavier sees potential beyond the walls. A promise of change flickers in his eyes, a silent vow to help those seeking a new beginning. Xavier steps forward, ready to face the challenge, his presence a stark contrast to the grim setting. Sunlight paints the church in vibrant colors as Xavier kneels, his serene face a mask over inner turmoil. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams, each a tiny spotlight on his moment of quiet reflection. He rises, a newfound resolve hardening his features, replacing the softness with purpose. Xavier watches the priest, listening to the sermon, a silent vow forming in his eyes. Xavier walks through the cemetery, his footsteps quiet on the dew-covered grass. He pauses, a gentle smile on his lips, remembering the legacy of loved ones. A wave of gratitude washes over him for the lessons learned and love shared. Sunlight warms the silent tombstones as Xavier honors memories in the quiet cemetery. A hazy image flickers. Young Xavier, isolated in a schoolyard, faces a storm of jeers and mocking laughter. The scene intensifies, faces twisting into grotesque masks of cruelty, voices rising in a deafening cacophony. Xavier jolts awake, slick with sweat, his heart a frantic drum against his ribs, the nightmare's grip still tight. Gasping for air, Xavier whispers, "It was just a dream." The remnants of fear linger in his wide, haunted eyes. He pauses, takes a deep breath, and slowly smiles, events of the dream now fading into distant memory. A wave of quiet pride washes over him as he remembers how far he's come, the battles he's overcome. The horizon blazes with the promise of dawn. Xavier watches, his face bathed in the warm, golden light of a new day. Hope washes over him, chasing away the shadows of the night. He knows the world is full of challenges, each day bringing new tests. Yet, in his eyes, a determined glint ignites, fueled by unwavering resolve. He is ready. The sunrise is his strength, his spirit unyielding as he faces the unknown. The world awaits, and Xavier stands firm, prepared to meet it head-on. Under the vast sky, Xavier stands tall on earth, a solitary figure embodying hope. He is a beacon, his presence radiating resilience across the world. His stance reflects forgiveness, a silent promise of understanding. Xavier becomes a symbol, his image inspiring faith in humanity. The world watches him, drawing strength from his unwavering spirit. His very existence is a testament to the enduring power of the human heart.